Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. Joining me this week, coming all the way down from the power rankings into the Rogue world, is Kamell. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Just filling in for Rye. He's tired off his 7 days of tournaments, so I'm
Yeah,
here.
he's a busy boy. All right, so if you guys are new to the series and maybe you haven't seen the power rankings before, basically what we do here is we track decks throughout the week and we see how they do in tournaments. And we give them points based on how they do, and then we rank them. So if a deck gets a first place finish, it's 6 points. If they get a second place finish, it's 4 points. A top four is 2 points, and a top eight is a single point. Now the tournaments that we track are all the same. They're rounds of Swiss into a top 32. They have a single deck, six card side where they can side a skill, and it's a best of three system. The tournaments we saw or tracked last week were the Battle Phase series, which you can see on Dueling Entertainment on Twitch, the Pharaoh's Cash Tournament, the God Meta Weekly, the Two World Pro Series, and the Meta Weekly. So, that being said, do you have any idea, Kamel? Any idea what number one is
Well,
going to be?
I have a very good idea, but I'll save the surprise for the audience.
All right. So here we go. In first place is Goki.
And that is right. You bet your ass Goki is the best rogue deck. I've been playing it since it came out, and Goki has the sauce of a rogue deck. It meshes perfectly with back row. It's easy to pick up, and the combos are simple and very effective.
All right, they tied with Evil Eye, but you'll see as we break it down, there was just more wins by Goki in the past week. And now Kamel wanted to hold a ceremony here while we're looking at this, right, for Goki.
That's right. That's right. So let's go into the Goki slide, and that is because Goki is no longer a rogue deck. By the Duel Links Meta Player Council, by the order of them, Goki is now a tier 3 deck.
Can no longer be Rogue. I don't know. Maybe we should
Exactly.
consult the power rankings. I'm just gonna say that. You
Well,
know,
look, Gokis have showed up on the power rankings
that's
week
true
after
too.
week
That's true.
with at least 7 points, and I don't want to say I don't want to quote don't quote me, but they've been winning tournaments almost every week.
Yeah,
Each one. So I'm proud to let Goki graduate
well, they
from
had
their.
two top eights in the Meta Weekly, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, top four and top eight in the Meta Weekly. That's hot.
Yeah. So what makes the deck so good?
Well, as you can see, right, you may want to meme on it a little bit, saying Goki's a back row deck, but look, guys, a deck is a deck down to the very last card. And if Goki is effective with Necro Valley and these traps, utilizing your own monster removal to get more card advantage in the next turn, that is something that is very powerful. With a lot of decks, once you have to sacrifice your field, you run into cards, you can't play the game. With Gokis, you keep going. You're able to restrict your opponent very easily with the use of Necro Valley and all of these dirty trap cards like Phoenix Chain, Karma Cut, Bad Aim, Ballista Squad. You've got everything, and the monsters work perfectly to allow you to do that. So it has everything it needs to succeed against the meta.
Well, looking at this deck, it kind of reminds me of a 2017 deck on
Yeah.
steroids a little bit.
Yeah.
And
And the thing
then
about those 2017 decks is that, right, you'd run them at back row, but then the monsters were not good enough to make the back row shine. But Goki,
right.
they did it. They did it.
And then this man, this is the PCT winner right here. This
Mhm.
man playing two Tretch. Two
Yeah,
Tretch.
he's crazy, but is he playing Endless Trap Holes the skill? I
Yes,
can't
Endless
see.
Trap Hell. Yep.
Oh man, that's he already knows he's a back row deck. He's embracing it.
Right. He doesn't even try to hide it.
Yeah, man. So congrats to Goki for making it to becoming a meta deck. They deserve it, man. I love it.
All right, check this out. Check out the conversion rate. So these are always my favorite. These are actually really low for rogue decks. A 10% conversion rate. That's almost unheard
Right.
of.
That's because Goki is now seeing that representation
Yep.
that meta decks are. A lot more people are playing them. That's why their conversion rates are so low. And more people should pick up Goki. I mean, if you have these back row, Goki's all in one box. The only card that is SR is the Rice Scorpio and the Twist Cobra in a mini box. So,
All
yeah,
right. Make
pretty
sure to
good deck.
check that deck out. Ready to move on to second place?
Yeah.
This is Mythyard's deck right here. Evil
Well,
Eye.
I know absolutely nothing about Evil Eye, but I am very surprised that it is doing well. Of course, the winner of the Dual World Pro Series, Z plus G, a very talented player, no doubt. You know, I'm sure he picks a deck and he really learns the ins and outs of it. And I'm glad he succeeded with Evil Eyes, Treacherous, and Storm, both powerful options when you just need to get rid of your equip spells, especially because they do hurt you a lot. So being able to remove them from the field when you need to is definitely good. Evil Eye Medusa has a very powerful effect that banishes cards from the graveyard, and that's so powerful in the meta right now. You think about how many decks rely on things being in the graveyard or certain places at the right time. You being able to interrupt that matters a lot.
Yeah, this deck has a lot of combos to it. I think it's learning the combos and really learning your flow chart really well. And once
Yeah.
you learn that, I think you can navigate the deck a little bit more. But I think some people just haven't taken the time to learn that yet.
Not
Problem.
an easy deck. Not an easy deck at all. Not like Goki. Goki, you can pick it up, get in there, and succeed. This deck, not so much. You really have to learn its ins and outs.
Now, what was it? I was impressed by it was its victory was in the Dual World Pro Series. Excuse me, and that series is an invitational at that point. You have to win other tournaments to get into it. So,
So like, in those type of tournaments, we only see like sweaty tier one, tier two decks. It's usually Shiranui all over the place. But
right.
glad to see the winner of this tournament won with Evil Eye.
Yep.
So congrats to Z plus G.
Otherwise, they just got a couple top fours, but that's still a lot more than I thought it would be. In that it's Evil Eye. You just don't see it anywhere. So let's move on to the conversion rates here and check them out. This is a little bit more like what we see: 9 people playing it, 22% conversion rate. You know, the conversion rates are usually pretty high because it's usually one or two guys playing the deck, and then they're just really good at it. But here you go, 9 people playing it, so way down over Goki's. Still not bad.
Yeah, this is definitely a deck that did not explode at all uh, after it released. Actually, people were like, it was in the same main box as Witchcrafters, and it quickly got overshadowed.
Yes, very
Just
quickly.
it's a lot more mechanically driven. You know, you have to a lot more thought goes into your plays. You have to manage your resources. So
The life points is
your life
important.
points, yeah, your life points are now a resource in this deck. So definitely gonna have to.
Careful.
Hmm.
All right, now the next one. Here we go again, going into third place. Fan favorite. Night Fox is drooling to see this one right now. Dragoonity, third place, 2 points.
Oh God! So this is how it is in the road deck
Yeah, this is
roundup.
how it goes. Yeah, this is how
Well,
it
look,
goes.
I can tell you all personally because I watched it happen on Anti-Phase this past week.
Yeah,
Dragoonities, while they are a powerful OTK deck, we saw their weaknesses on full display. Right, Night Fox when placed second in the tournament, losing to Witchcrafters in the finals, and a deck like Witchcrafters completely counters the core strategy of Dragoonities. Right, and then you're
yeah.
like, oh well, you know, if a deck counters me, I'll just side deck to do it. But with Dragoonity, you cannot afford to do that. Every card that you side in that is not integral to you pulling off your plays is hindering you from opening your combo and being able to make plays in the early game. So you're literally caught in between a rock and a hard place trying to perform with Dragoonities in the meta in tournaments. It's very hard.
Yeah, it seems like you got to really know what you're doing, and then this deck only has like one thing it can do. And
Right.
if you can get it going, you're good. But if you get negated, you might be in some trouble, and that's what we kept seeing with Nightbox.
Yeah, Dragoonities is definitely very effective at what it does, but you have to make sure that you are not interrupted at all in your setup. Because if you are interrupted even the slightest bit, you're done for the rest of the duel until you draw certain cards, you know. And then if you do get interrupted and you draw your texts that are not going to help you progress your win con, oh, you're done. So it's very, very particular in how you have to play this deck.
All right, let's look at the conversion rates on these. They're probably pretty high, I'm guessing. 33%. Yeah, again, 9 people playing the deck. Overall,
It
not
says you're
scoring a
on
lot of
that
points
Fox.
though.
It says you're on 9 Fox, man. It's just
Yep,
those two. They entered all the tournaments.
that's all it is. Yep, those 2 guys. It's like the Stromberg community, like half as big.
Right. Yeah.
All right, the next deck. This is one that I bet Rye wishes he were here for. That's Dark Lords, scoring 2 points. It got a top 4 in the God Meta Weekly. I hate Dark Lords with a passion, just because of.
So, well, I know why you hate Dark Lords. So, but Dark Lords definitely, they're not using the same strategy as
Right,
before.
I
In
know, I
fact,
know, I know. It doesn't matter.
I think that there's even a more recent version than this list that we have here,
Okay,
past the Lightsworn engine, using Simorg, the Dark Simorg cards from the new box that
okay.
you got your hands on, so you'll be able to use those.
Never, ever will I play Dark Lords. This list is the top 4 deck from the God tournament.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think after this week's tournaments, you should see those Simorg lists floating around. So look out for them.
Yeah, in case you wonder why I hate Dark Lords. I don't know how many Dark Lord mirror matches I had to cast back in the Dark Lord meta. This is just a
We had
deck I
one
hope
battle
never comes back.
back. We had one battle phase a week, and it was always Dark Lords.
Right? Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm sick of this. I'm sure the conversion rate's just through the roof on it.
Mhm.
Check it out. 50%. So one guy entered 2 tournaments.
And then he got to the time that he succeeded in one of them.
Yes,
Congrats.
congrats, dude. And the next one, I'm going to give an honorable mention because after Dark Lords, everybody else scored 1 point. Basically, they break into the top 8. There's a lot of decks that do that. So I just picked one and gave an honorable mention because it's something we never, ever, ever see in the top 8 of any tournament. That's DDD.
Wow.
Top
Okay.
8 Battle Phase Friday.
I
What the
remember
hell
this.
happened? Whoever let this thing in the top 8, you should not be allowed back in our tournaments. That's all I'm saying.
It's so sad, man. I wanted DDDs to pop off so hard in the game. They're such a cool deck, cool monsters, cool effects, cool concept,
Really?
but the deck has just not seen
No.
anything since its inception. It got a bad start because it had like 3 bugged cards, and everyone was just like, get them out of here. So,
Yeah, well, they
yeah,
just get big beaters out on the field, and that's about it.
yeah, that's it. That's really it. Again, a deck that can be interrupted at various points of its setup and be left with nothing to stop you.
This could have been a hot deck like a year or two, right? But
Yeah.
now it's just
Too much interruption, and it's only the only built-in like aggressive stuff that you're allowed to run is like Treacherous Trap Hole, Cosmic Cyclone, and you don't really do much on your own with your monsters besides just destroy and swing into stuff.
right. So there you go, folks. That is this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. I hope you enjoyed it. We always enjoy doing these things. It's fun to see what people are bringing into the tournaments and how well they do. If you want to join our tournaments, and I hope you do, because they're always a lot of fun, make sure to get in our Discord. That's where we announce them. You know what? They're always free, Kamell. They're always free.
Always free. 4 battle phase tournaments a week. They're always free. We got the best tournaments in Duel Links.
That's true.
Exactly. Get in the Discord, sign up, become a competitive player today.
Your deck might end up in Rogue decks. It might. Just saying.
I hope so.
All right, so
Hope you can do better than that.
make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Gamersupps. Use the link below. You get 10% off. Good stuff.
Really, baby. Yep.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamell. We'll see you next time.
Peace out, guys.